I may not be a fall baby, but I love this time of year. Autumn in New York is crisp air, cozy sweaters, and warm flavors just make everything feel comforting. I mentioned I'm getting married. Super busy, everybody is in town, and I want to look my best. Healthy eating is the primary focus, and with Green Chef, the number one meal kit for clean eating, you can do just that. Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying fall. And with their new Heat and Eat meals, enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. Perfect for supporting your wellness journey, Green Chef recipes feature fresh, organic, seasonal produce and 100% responsibly sourced proteins to help you feel your best. Green Chef's real clean ingredients help you build lasting, healthy habits without the hassle. Enjoy salads ready in just 5 minutes, protein-filled breakfasts, or nutrient-rich smoothies to fuel your day. Green Chef is ready to nurture your nutritional needs. I use this and you should too. I mentioned I'm getting married. Oh my goodness, it is the week of the wedding. Oh my goodness, I mentioned I'm getting married. It's the week of the wedding. Diego and I have been cooking up a storm, but we don't have a lot of time, so we just tried their baked lemon pepper tilapia with feta. It was the perfect nutritional meal to keep us energized. I loved the feta cheese to give it a little bit of extra oomph. It's so delicious. You'll love it as much as we did. Make this fall your healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50tags and use code 50tags to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50tags at greenchef.com/50tags.
Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday.
Just like that, what is going on? You are watching and, of course, listening to Tags Live, aka Talk About Gay Sex, the live edition, where we're here every Wednesday night. It is our last Wednesday of 2025. This particular show, Tags Live, but of course, we'll be back in the new year. But we are so excited on this episode 722. I am your host, Stevie V. Alongside, couldn't do it without him, Cody Maurice Doggett. How the hell you doing?
Hello, darling. I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful, darling.
Yes. Are you feeling the holiday spirit? Are you in the mode, or what's going on?
I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling the pressure of the holiday spirit.
The
I think
pressure.
that I feel like for me, this is crunch time, and I need to get my ass in gear because I have some things that I still want to accomplish as far as like buying gifts, wrapping the said gifts, and spreading the holiday cheer.
Me as well. I feel I finished my Christmas shopping. Of course, we're doing Office Party. So if you haven't listened to Office Party Part 1 of Tag's podcast, it's out now. We had so much fun with Jeremy Ross Lopez, our other co-host, really looking at this particular year and what were the hot topics that were making the news. And some of them will really surprise you on what we were talking about in the first part of 2025. And we go through it. We also get into current hot topics and advice as well. But Office Party Part 2 is continuing this coming week. And we're taking a pause and we're doing the last of Sex Talk tonight. But if you want to hear Part 2, it will drop next Tuesday, December 23rd. And we're recording it the night before with Lincoln, and we're actually going to have like an office party here in my studio here, and we're going to have food and cocktails, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about it. But we're going to review what the second half of 2025, what we were really talking about. And did you like Part 1? What, like, you're in review?
It was good. You know why? Because it brought up so many things that I had forgot we had spoken about. And because the year is long. So it's you forget things, you rediscover things, and I thought that's what it was. It was a rediscovery of the year 2025. So I was here for it. I can't wait for part two.
Yeah, part of our show is always going through hot topics that relate to our community. And when you really go through them and you go back into what were we really talking about in that first part of the year, it's really incredible. Some stories that still make their way into the second part of the year, and some stories are like, what? Why was that even a story? But it's really fun to kind of revisit. And I that's one of my favorite things. I love taking stock. I love I love all that kind of stuff. I love radio.
Oh, yeah.
I love all that kind of world. And we need to wrap up this year with a nice pretty bow in some way, shape, or form. Could be a little cockeyed, but that's okay. We are doing that.
I mean, I won't go. I won't go into that any further. You're right. It could be a little cockeyed, especially with what's going on, honey.
But tonight we're in front of a live virtual audience. Hello to James, George, James, H, Anthony, Diego, Doug. As they're trickling in, hello to you all. Happy holidays. We want you to participate in tonight's episode. And what we're calling tonight is the Desire Audit. What turned us on in the past year? What are we leaving behind in 2026? And tonight's episode is going to be fun, honest. It's kind of a year-end sexuality review where you and all of us are going to reflect on what evolved, our turn-ons, our boundaries, our kinks, dating patterns, relationship agreements, porn habits, fantasies, confidence, and we're just going to kind of review it. And to warm it up, I thought it would be fun if you, Cody, had a song in 2025. Maybe it was sexual, maybe it was romantic, maybe it was just a personal song. What would it be to describe your year? And it doesn't have to, because we were talking about it in our meeting. Does it have to be a song that came out in 2025? No. But it could just be a song that would describe 2025 for you. I had two, so if you have two, that's okay too.
I have like 5. I have a whole sex playlist. And so I just went to that and I was like, ooh, this one fits. And it's Get Mine, Get Yours by Christina Aguilera.
Ooh, when did that come out?
It's a good song. It came out when Stripped came out. So probably
Get Mine, Get Yours?
Yeah, it's so good. I love that song. Yeah.
Ooh,
I have to send it to you because it's very sexy. Yeah. So that one, and then like I'm getting to my Miguel Adorn era. Yeah. You know that song? These lips were meant to taste your. Yeah, it's good.
Sing it. Who is it by?
Miguel.
Okay. And what's the name of the song?
Adorn.
Ooh, good
I'll send
one.
You both. You gotta listen to them.
And can you tell us why these songs?
Well, Get Mine, Get Yours is just all about, this isn't serious. It's about, it's about, you getting yours and me getting mine and us parting ways after that. And, it's basically a fuck buddy song. And Adorn is just very romantic and sensual. And it's all about adoring somebody and just completely losing yourself in them. So that's what I'm trying to do in the new year. And that's where I'm headed right now.
Good ones. My husband watching us live. Well, so my husband watching us live put Kiss of Life in there by Sade. And ooh. I mentioned it several times. I promise we won't talk so much about it in 2026. But I did get married this year, y'all. And our song that we danced to was Kiss of Life by Sade. And it was a song for somebody that is into country, my husband and me, not into country, but we love like certain artists, like a line. Mm-hmm. Kiss of Life was the song that we both chose. And there's this really amazing picture. And if I can find it, I will put it in the chat while we're talking, because we were dancing at my wedding with a smoke machine. And I think I mentioned it before, like if you had pitched that idea to me before, I would have been like, absolutely not. And you guys, and if you go to our tags Patreon community, I'm going to send it to you. Can you put it somewhere, Cody?
Yeah.
And okay, it's if you had pitched me the idea, it's us dancing to our song "Kiss of Life," but with a smoke machine. It looks like we're in the clouds, and it's really amazing. If I had to pick my song of the, I have two songs, and one of them is, I love Madonna, but there's an artist called The Blessed Madonna, and she had a song that I probably put on all my stories throughout all of 2025, or 80% of them, called Count on My Love. I'll read you a couple lyrics. It's, no, it's not a problem if you want me. No, it's not a problem if you care. No, it's not a problem that you're lonely. No, it's not a problem. No, no, babe. Because my love, 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 love gives the answer to your prayers. Because my love, love, love gives the answer to your prayers. Count on my love. Count on my kisses, your wishes, my bliss. I have nothing to prove. Count on my love. Only my kiss can do this. Don't resist what you know to be true. And it's a 90s sounding house song with pianos and everything. And it's blissful. And I used it for a lot of Diego and I, and it really was my anthem throughout the entire year. The Blessed Madonna, Count on My Love. And the other song was a song by this artist. She is, where is Sofia Cortizas from? Diego, she's from, Sofia Cortizas. I love her. And the song's called Corazon. And it's in Spanish, but I could translate it for you. And basically, the translation is, I take all the flights to be with you in full. Distance never changes the damn anxiety. It eats my heart and it hurts. It eats my heart and it hurts. And no one is going to separate us. Separates. She basically is saying no one could ever separate. Peru. She's from Peru. And I love Sofia Cortizas. And that song is very like infectious and like, it was like my other song. Between those two, I was all about they were my two songs that I played the most. Watching us live, Doug says S&M Rihanna. Ooh, that's a good one.
Love that one.
The question is, did you like when Britney came into the mix, Doug? Remember? And James says Brand New Body by Z Machine. Oh my gosh, I'm taking note right now. Z Machine. I've been exploring new kinks this year. Okay, we're going to get into it, Doug. So calm down now. And yes.
Jumping ahead there, Doug.
I love it. So fun. Okay, so it is our 5-part desire audit right now. And we're going to talk about some of the surprises in 2025. What were some of your surprise desires if you had to talk about them, Cody? Turn-ons that surprised you. Okay. A turn-on that surprised me in 2025. So I'm going to give you a little bit of what 2025 looked for me in particular. For me, I was engaged and I went to Africa, which was monumental for me. But when I went to Africa, Diego decided to move in the springtime. And when I came back, he lived here full time and it was amazing. And we have since, of course, lived together. We're married now. But one of the things that turned me on, that surprised me in 2025, was him calling me every day throughout the day. Was one of those that no matter what is happening, and I could be in a meeting, when Diego calls me, I stop everything. And thank goodness everybody around me is cool with it, because we have that thing on our phone where even if it's silenced, we've turned it on where the phone will ring if each one of us is calling each other. And I pick up the phone. Yeah, I just know. It's just, no matter what I do, I stop what I'm doing. Turns me on. I have a couple more that I wrote down that were kind of what turned me on in 2025, that was definitely one. Watching him sleep, does that sound creepy? He
I
sleeps in
mean,
this really cute way, and I don't
no, it's
know.
not. It's not creepy. It's only creepy if you're doing it in order to,
Okay. Yeah,
because
no.
you want to wear his skin or something like
Okay, no,
that.
none of that.
Okay,
Shut
you're
it
good
over
then.
there.
It's because
And then,
you think he looks like an angel when he sleeps. I've been there.
yes, and then the other thing is, I mean, I love a man with an accent, and Diego's accent never ceases to like turn me on. I just love it. And
Aw.
I love a good accent. I've always loved accents. I always knew I would. I just always knew, like, oh yeah, I can't hear somebody like me. It has to be a different. And I just love hearing him speak. And
That's so
just
cute. Yeah,
yeah,
that's so wholesome. Mine is not wholesome.
we are a sex podcast, so go.
Mine is peeing on somebody. Yeah, I've done it
That was your
before. Yeah, that's
well.
mine.
That's an amazing one because Diego and I discovered. All right, we're really going to get into it. It was what was a surprise. I already knew that about Diego and I. We
Uh-huh.
both enjoyed that as well. And you and I have a mutual friend at the New York Eagle
Yep.
that I've really pushed
That's
him
who it
to
was.
kind of talk about. Yeah, okay, well then there we go. And
I don't know. You might
I
have to cut that out.
I've gotten him to express himself on what he really likes, and yeah, but yeah, Diego and I love that one a lot. What are
Yeah.
some of yours, audience? That kinks? Doug says I've been exploring new kinks this year, but what were they? What were some of those surprising ones? We want to hear. That's what we're talking about all in this episode. Okay, well, that was one. Was there a boundary, Cody, that you found maybe you've learned to honor? I think I learned the boundary of not everyone has to be into you, and that's okay.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if that's
That's
a
a good one.
boundary, but it's a life lesson.
Yeah, mine is kind of a life lesson too, because mine is that you can't teach people certain things. Some things they have to learn for themselves, and just to let them be and let them discover themselves. Wow, they, and I personally, I'm a pusher. I'm a teacher.
Me
I am
too.
the type of person that like wants you to understand it, especially if I get it. If I get it, then I'm like, oh my God, there's no way that you can't get it because I'm here to help you, and that's not how life works sometimes.
Oh
So
my
that is what
God.
I'm.
You just clicked into something that that's one of mine too. And what a relief. Don't you just, the minute you said it, I just felt like, oh, to not have that
Well,
burden to feel like you have to teach everybody everything and that it's not our job to teach everybody everything. And hey, maybe they don't even want to learn and it's not even, you know what I mean? Like, why are we
maybe they didn't
feeling
even wanna
so?
learn.
When you said it, it just really sat with me. And I agree with you. I don't have to, have everybody know everything. Yeah. What did
Yeah.
that feel? Yeah.
I don't think that it's I mean, it is a relief of some sort because because I still get the urge to teach and to like try and help somebody along their path. So it's only relief when I remember the lesson. Does that make sense?
It is. And teaching is such a amazing thing, but not everybody wants to be taught all the
Not
times.
everybody
And
wants to
it's
be
not
taught.
our job to teach all the time either. And there's a time
That's
and a
for sure.
place, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was really good. Okay, was there in 2025 a pattern that you're putting to rest, bearing, digging it up, and saying goodbye? It could be things like chasing people that aren't feeling you,
Mhm.
swiping.
Well, that one. Not swiping, but chasing people that aren't into me. I think I kind of had that lesson in the back of my head, and it's okay to relearn lessons, I feel like. So I don't
Yeah,
think that when you learn the lessons, then you just are good for the rest of your life. So maybe that is one of them, but also I think letting how other people, something I really want to work on, go especially going in 2026, is letting people's opinions of me affect how I see myself. Because I've had instances where, say, I'm on an app and somebody it doesn't like the way I look, or they like my big dick, but they don't like my face, and all these. It's happened before. So I know, right? Imagine. But I would let that kind of internalize that a little bit. But if I'm not their speed, then I'm not their speed. So I think that is one thing that I'm going to be working on coming into the new year.
I would agree with you a lot on, because I've mentioned on this show before where Diego and I have, played with other guys, and inevitably, I remember this when I was single, not everybody's going to be into every couple equally.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn the hard way at times, jealousy wise, and we're still navigating it. But when it has worked, it's been amazing. But one thing, it's not pushing it, not forcing it, not realizing that I think there's something to be said about aging, that you learn a lot about yourself, that what you have to offer, and that you're fabulous, but that you might not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. Yeah. And that's something that I've 54 recently learned, that I don't care anymore if I'm not everyone's cup of tea anymore, and that's okay. I don't have to be. Who could be? But that's a lesson that took me so many years to get, and my feelings were hurt for so many years. And why don't you like me? And I think for some reason it clicked in the last year or so, and it's a relief.
Yeah. Also, what a lot of pressure to put on yourself to be everybody's type. Like, that is a lot of work. Yeah. So let go of that. I'm trying to let go of it too. So yeah, you're not alone out there. Just look to this podcast.
So we mentioned we are live. Doug says, I've been exploring new kinks. We asked you what you're into. You said being restrained and teased. Ooh, that's a good one. And I have also discovered into feet. That's and that's a good one, because people often say, oh, feet, it's so normal, it's so this. But if you never went for it, never tried it with anybody, it's not normal to you. And maybe it's been shameful to you. And I've gone there throughout the years with different people. And now with my husband, I love his feet. And so I get to indulge in that. But that is something that I think a lot of people are like, oh, feet is just a normal one. But actually, but what does that even mean, right? How are you going to explore that? How are you going to? And yeah, absolutely. It's a hot one. I'm into it for sure. Okay, well, let's get into more of what we're talking about. And right now we're going to do a little bit of fun lightning round. And we're going to talk about desires and turn-ons, Cody. So your job is to tell me, you can tell me a little bit more. Is it a desire and a turn on, or toss it and forget it? Morning sex.
You know what? I was never really into morning sex. And then I'm not a morning person, period. But then when I was in my relationship, I discovered the joys of it. So I'm going to say turn on, and with the right person.
It's so funny. I've always been into morning. I've never been, I'm somewhat morning person, but not really a morning person. But morning sex, 100%. I love it. I'm horny in the morning. And Diego needs to get on board with it, whether he likes it or not, because, yeah. And yeah. Yeah. You hear that? Yeah. Okay. He's nodding. Spontaneous hookups, that would be for you.
Yeah, bring them all on, all at once if you want to. Let's do it. What about you?
Spontaneous hookups, not so much right now. That's not a thing for us. I mean, actually, it does happen for us when it's like a three-way. So yeah, it can happen. And spontaneous has never been a word that's been associated with me, but I will say I have been spontaneous, and it does work with sex. But that does lead us into planned sex dates. Now, that's an interesting one
Okay.
because I do think if you are going to have like a really intense sex hookup, if you're going to get pounded, if you're going to get fisted, you kind of need to plan that shit out.
Yeah.
And I do feel I want that more for us. And as he's like making faces over here. But yeah, I want more planned. And it doesn't sound
It,
sexy, right?
it
But
can be very hot. I mean, it doesn't sound sexy, but it can be very hot.
does it sound too clinical?
I had one the other night, maybe like 2 nights ago, and it was a really good time. And we had sex for like 3 hours. It was fantastic.
Because you
Yeah,
planned it out.
because yeah, well, you know what? He planned it out. He didn't. I thought I was going over there to, watch some TV. Well, I kind of knew what I was going over there for, but yeah, he proposed it as just talking and getting to know one another. And I was down, but I knew it was going to go down. I was like, oh yeah, I see where this is leading. So yeah, it was a great time though. So 10 out of 10 would do it again. Let me call him right now.
Here's the thing about planned sex or planned individual is that we talk a lot about my friend Will Tantra of Tantric Fitness, and you can have date night for yourself. You can do Finn Deerhart, another guest that's been on our show this year, where you can do the mirror exercise. You can have date night by yourself where you light candles, you put on really good music, you look in a mirror naked, and you take the time to explore your body on what is giving you pleasure. Yes, of course, our organs are very sensitive, but to
Yeah.
start to find other areas of your body, and then you layer in a partner, that is something that I want to explore more with Diego in 2026, is that kind of tantric experience that we can explore together as a couple. So yes, planned sex dates, I think, need to be on the calendar like everything else. Dirty talk, absolutely. That's
Love.
just a given.
Let's go.
We got this list from an article
Dirty
and it
little.
said silence during sex. I don't know that silence during sex. No.
I like a lot of moaning. I love a lot of moaning. That gets me going. Sometimes I'm a little silent. Sometimes, not a lot. Can you imagine me silent? Sometimes a little silence when I need to focus. I need to focus on what I'm doing, on the pleasure that I'm having, all of that stuff. So
Pleasure
there are.
principle.
You may think I'm crazy, but I'm serious. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Sorry. I love that song.
Me too. Eye contact during sex. I mean, come on.
Love it. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, you're making me hot over here.
Okay, this one's a little bit more for you. Dating in the apps, what we're looking for, what we've seen throughout the year. Multiple conversations at once. I assume this is something that is par for the core, Cody. How do you handle that?
Multiple conversations at once with
Yeah.
yeah, that is a
That's
regular
not going
day
to
for
end.
me.
Okay. Then let me go through some of these because this is all about dating and the apps. We're going to talk about a story a little bit later about a meet cute that didn't meet on the apps, and it's super
Yeah.
cute. I met my husband in the bar. So long texting before meeting.
Yeah, I love doing that. It helps to weed out the people that you don't want to have sex with. I
But
feel
how
like
long
it's
is
saved me a
too
lot.
long?
I don't think there's a such thing as too long. I think that if you're hot and I want to have sex with you, it will eventually happen. But we're gonna if we talk for 2 months. I've had people that I spoke to for 3 months that I finally hooked up with, and it's been good. You know what? I put in work, so the
Will you
conversation will be worth it.
FaceTime somebody before a date to make sure that they are real?
I
And
haven't. But I've never had anybody that I met up with. I've had people that
okay,
have used older pictures, but not anybody that wasn't who they said they were, because I feel like I vetted them.
I Love it. Okay, you're off the hook for now. Keep them coming.
I could have kept going.
Boundaries and energy. So let's just
Mhm.
say, uh, what are you taking? What are you not doing in 2026? Like saying I'm not in the mood, checking in mid-sex. I think checking in mid-sex is really important
Oh,
to see where
definitely.
you're at. Really important. Saying
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood, I don't like that one. Do you?
If you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood. So you shouldn't force yourself to have sex. You know what? If you're not in the mood and there's a way to get you in the mood, let me know so I can do that thing because I will do all of it. And if you like are not in the mood and you want to kiss a little bit or rub a little bit, I think that's a good way to get into the mood. So yeah, play it
Here's
by
one
ear.
that's come up with my husband and I that I think we're okay with: staying friends with ex hookups. I'm
Oh
okay with
my
it.
goodness. I'm learning.
So, little
I'm
story on my
learning.
part. Diego's had I'll never forget. I was still wooing him. It was in the early days, and I'll never forget. I believe it was this time of year. It was New Year's Eve, and I went with my friend late to the Eagle, New York Eagle, and I ran into Diego, and
Mhm.
I never will forget what he said. He's like, "Hi, it's really good to see you. I'm here though with somebody,"
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, okay," and it didn't stop me from still like, well, now we're married, but I was a little bit like taken aback, but he was honest about it. And
Yeah.
he still talks to that guy. I talk to that guy now too. And he's sexy. I wouldn't mind. We've played a couple of times together. So I wouldn't say rule out ex hookups. I've had
I'm
a
learning.
couple ex hookup that Diego has met, and we've played together too. If it's like a recent ex hookup before you've met that's still hot, and you have that kind of situation, I say yes. If you've decided that you're 100% monogamous, then no, you got to like let all those things go and block or whatever.
I mean, but if you're just friends, you're just friends. And I think that for me, a
But
lot
some of
of
these friends are like, "Hey, how's that hole? Hey, how's
whoa. But then your partner or you, whoever it's being done to, has to set that boundary that, I'm in a relationship. I'm not I'm not available for that. So yeah, it's all about boundaries. It's all about for me, I feel like for in those situations where people are not crossing lines and I still am
yeah,
upset, I feel like that stems from a lot of insecurity from me. So I'm working on being more secure in my relationship, being more secure in what I provide in the relationship and who I am as a person and how special and beautiful and wonderful I am. I'm just going to dig myself up a little bit right here.
listen, the reality
So
is none of us come to these relationships innocent, without a background, without
it's true.
situations. It would be foolish to think that, oh my gosh, pure nothing, like you're all mine. No, it's like,
Yeah.
and I, one of the beauties of my barber today, well, I got my hair cut and
Mhm.
went a little bit shorter, and I'm happy with it.
You
Asked
look
me,
good,
he's
boo.
like, he's like, you remember, I've talked about my barber before,
Yeah.
Jewish man, family of four, voted for Trump, but we get along famously. Asked me the question, like, why did you, he's going to turn, we're both Capricorns, he's going to turn 40. I'm turning 55. He's like, why did you wait so long to get married? I said, sometimes I said, I was having fun. I was enjoying my singlehood. And he asked me that question. And I said, yeah, it took me a little bit longer to find, but with that comes a lifestyle and people. And I think that's really benefited me going into my marriage and meeting Diego, who's in his early 40s, is that we had lives before, but
Yeah.
it's not, and we can talk about where we came from, and it's, it doesn't mean that we don't have to have conversations, because we do, but it just means that we've experienced life, and it's not like we're coming from this virgin-like stance. And sometimes
Disney really ruined us as people.
Yeah, right before we met, we had people that we were seeing or hanging out with or fuck buddies or whatever you want to call it. And those worlds blended a little bit, or we had to talk about those things, and it wasn't the end of the world. And in some cases it was hot. And it merged because we came in as full throttle adult gay men, and here we are. We want to be together, but listen, like before you, it was like meeting up with this guy, you were meeting up with that guy, and it was hot. And I love, and that's just the reality of it. And I think it's realistic, and I love that. So yeah.
Who am I to judge? My body count has probably doubled in the past since March.
Yeah, and it's like, why would we judge? So yeah. Okay. Did we want to do a quick fire, rapid fire?
Let's just do it. We're here. Okay. So let's go.
Rapid fire. Let's end this before we get into hot topics, because we do have some hot topics here. Passionate sex or playful sex in 2026? Go.
Why do we have to decide? I think passionate sex can be playful, right? But
there you
if
go.
I had to choose, I would definitely choose passionate. But my ultimate option is a mixture of the both.
I would say passionate because it's working for Diego and I. Quickies or marathon sessions?
Marathon all the way.
Marathon.
I'm
for
a
me
long sex kind of guy.
Familiar partner or new energy? I have to say familiar for sure.
I'm probably going to say familiar too, but both, I can see the appeal of both. So, but yeah, definitely familiar.
Sexting, Cody, or flirting in person? I'm good. Flirting in person all day, all night is always my go-to.
Flirting in person. This is really flirty. Hard. I love to do a lot of these things. I love to do both of them. So, but yeah.
Confidence or mystery?
Mystery.
I'm with confidence. I've always been with confidence. Chemistry or consistency?
Chemistry.
Is
that sad?
The science project, yeah.
Consistency should be what I'm looking for, but chemistry all the way. It's just you can't replace it. Hopefully you can teach people consistency, but you can't teach somebody chemistry.
I love it. Oh my goodness. We could do this all night. If 2025 taught us anything, it's that chemistry without clarity leads to confusion. Connect and confidence helps you get clear on your desires, set boundaries without guilt, and attract connections that meet you where you are, inside and outside the bedroom. If you're ready for a more confident,
The holidays are here, and that means it's the most wonderful time of the year to save with Rakuten. Use Rakuten to stack cash back from your favorite stores on top of holiday sales. That's savings on savings. With Rakuten, you can get cash back on gifts for everyone on your list, from toys for the kids to kitchen gear for the person who loves to cook to electronics for everyone. You can even save on something for yourself. Just shop the stores you love, and cash back is automatically added to your account. And you can get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership rewards instead of cash back. It's truly a no-brainer. Join for free today and get a new member bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's Rakuten. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, everyone, let's talk about drinking and driving, a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI because legal fees, time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Support for this podcast is brought to you by Walden University. Ever catch yourself thinking, what if I could go after what I actually want and really make a difference? You're not alone. And that's exactly why I want to tell you about Walden University. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working adults like you get the W, with the knowledge and skills to build the future you want and make a difference where it matters most. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Head to waldenu.edu and take that first step. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev.
Intentional 2026. Connect and confidence is waiting for you. It's my new app, and now you can get 20% off now through January 2nd. Go to studio.com/Steve V/connect. But don't forget that we are part 2 of our office party coming up next Tuesday on December 23rd. So excited about this. We're going to have food, Cody, and we'll be with...
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk about what were we talking about in Hot Topics of 2025. But we're also going to be talking about what we're looking forward to in next year, some hot topics and more. It's going to be a fun party. It's our office party. Check it out. And let's get into Hot Topics now. And we couldn't help but talk about one of our favorite spots. Puerto Vallarta is getting a makeover, including an official LGBTQ-friendly zone. What am I talking about? Well, in 2026, there's going to be a lot of construction. There's always a lot of construction in Puerto Vallarta, but among the improvements is a freshening up of the Zona Romantica, and many of you know it, but it's going to be filled with obviously gay-centric bars, hotels, but the destination is going to actually get a government approval, which I think is really cool. Recognized by its government as an LGBTQ cultural center, Mexico City started this off with the capital of the country, did a whole Ciudad Amigable con la población, which just means what I was talking about. Officially designating this friendly zone is more than just propaganda. City leaders are directed to consult with local residents in Zona Romantica about how the infrastructure improvements are made, which help preserve the cultural integrity of the area. So it means businesses will have more lucrative gay-themed businesses and will benefit from projects rather than erasing the vibe of the neighborhood. What do you think about this? I mean, you're a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. But to get this, I just feel like in the last couple of years with Tristan Shoecraft and with a concerted effort to place our emphasis on certain parts of the world that are... embrace our community, that we're actually now pulling in like the government. What do you think of this?
I love it. I think it's a great idea. And I'm glad that, the government is actually involved in this. So I think that that's a big step for Mexico. I think it's a great step for Puerto Vallarta. And I can't wait to visit and see what changes are made and how the welcoming of LGBTQ plus people has affected the area. I mean, it's already super gay, so I can't imagine it being any more gay. And it's just going to be one big rainbow after this. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Shout out to Jets of Jets Adventure. Shout out to one of my dear friends. She's a neighbor, Andrea, and White Rabbit Lie. If you're going to Puerto Vallarta in Centro, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico is a brand new experience that takes note from Alice in Wonderland, and it is called White Rabbit Lie. It is a cocktail den with performances and everything else. I loved it when I was there last. Shout out to White Rabbit Lie. And moving on Do they know they can just be gay? This is really interesting. Before the last letter, this happened recently. The PSL, what am I talking about when I talk about, I'm not talking about pumpkin spice latte, but there's a PSL scale described by GQ as a looksmaxxing rating system. Another way young men in the alt-right camp have found to call themselves and other men ugly. Looksmaxxing has been around for a while. I didn't even know what it was, but it's reaching an absurd level of plausible deniability at the hands of guys who spend all day obsessing over other guys' looks while swearing up and down that they're not gay. It's a real thing. Did you know about this before we get into what this really means?
Absolutely not. I do not move in these circles. So this is all news to me at this point.
To be honest, can you really break it down? Because you did a really good job in our meeting. Because I don't, sometimes we do these stories and I'm like, Cody, can you break it down? Because I don't really understand what this is. But you did such a good job. If you could just break it down for our audience.
Thank you, darling. So, of course, from what I understand, and from what I get from this, what I glean from this article is that these men are in order to obsess over other men's looks and be able to have a scale for who's ugly and who's attractive without seeming like they're gay. Because if you're a man that is obsessed with another man's looks, then that can rub off as gay. So in order for them not to come off as gay, they invented this looksmaxxing in order for them to look at these other guys and say, oh my God, he's attractive, when they're really in love with him, but they don't want to admit that they're gay. So I think that this is completely ridiculous. I think that it is rooted in misogyny and homophobia. And I think that a lot of these guys are
racism.
Racism as well, because I think that a lot, from what I understand, a lot of these ideals are based on, like, of course,
a white supremacy
and the white gaze. So I really think that this is something horrible, and I think all of these guys should take a bigger look at the picture and go out there and, just accept themselves for who they are, because honey, it's okay on this side. Okay. It's
Absolutely.
Very troubling.
Moving on to one of our favorite stories of the night, had to do with a more mature couple who met, quote unquote, the way God intended. Charm the internet with their love stories. And it's one of those meet cute you can go to @meetcutenyc to find the full story, but I'll also post it on our Tags Patreon community. Go to patreon.com/Tags podcast. But when a pair in question were wrapped up in colorful layers of winter, and think a really bright, fabulous winter clothing, when they asked the question, hey, are you a couple? They said, we met the old-fashioned way, says the yellow sweater man in the bar. We met in a bar, like God intended, is what he said. Quipped and orange-coated. Other half, we don't know their names, but now we do. But like God intended, Cody, what did you think of this? It's a super meet cute. We'll let you watch the video later, but they have known each other for years and years and years, and they really wanted people to know that one of them went up to the other one. And I couldn't help but think, even that's how I met my husband. It's a lot of what my new app does. It's called Connect and Confidence, and it really helps give you the tools to go out there in 2026 to actually meet people in person, whether romantic or not, but to actually meet people. And yes, I'm not a hater of the apps or any of that, but there is something to be said with AI coming our way, even more full throttle, to actually be present and meet somebody in the full flesh. What do you say to this?
I mean, I love the way God intended, of course. No, I think this is amazing. First of all, it's a beautiful story. I think these two, they've been together for since the 90s. So what's that, 35 years or something like that?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I love love, and I love these two people. expressing their love together. I am not 100% sold on how God intended, because God intended for people to meet in so many different ways, and there's so many different ways for people to actually connect out there. So through your app, through the bar scene, through other apps, you can find love anywhere. So just keep your eyes open, guys.
I would agree. It's by no means is even though the way I met, and it reminded me of the story that I saw where this person just went up to somebody in a bar. I went up to Diego in a bar, but I think you can find in so many really interesting ways. And people that came to my wedding met, and they're married and have been married for years and years and years, met in a dark room. And you're not really looking at a lot of faces in a dark room. I just wanted to put that out there. And they've been married for years and years. And so absolutely. So shout out to them. We'll post it on our Tags Patreon community. Staying on Hot Topic.
That's really quick.
Oh, yeah.
His mom's cousin Paul and Paul's husband met in a museum in Philadelphia in 1987 and have been together ever since. Look at that beautiful love story. Come on, cousin Paul.
Staying on Hot Topics. What is going on with Nicki Minaj? I've been a fan forever, but I don't know about this day when she has a lot of transphobic comments that have been coming out. And the recent is Kim Petras, who did a song with Nicki, has been clapping back because of transphobic tirade from Nicki Minaj, whose MAGA spiral is getting worse and worse, formerly collaborated with Kim Petras on a song called Alone. Kim decided to kind of shout out. What is going on with Nicki Minaj? Because basically last month, Nicki shared more and more social media posts praising Donald Trump, VP JD Vance, while attacking Governor Newsom out in California. When Governor Newsom said something about trans youth, she didn't get the whole quote right, though. Governor Newsom said he wants to see trans kids. That's what Nicki Minaj glommed onto and put on all over her very popular X platform. What he was really saying was he wants to see all trans kids see the fairness that they deserve like everybody else. And so she parsed it out like a lot of MAGA people do. Is Nicki Minaj becoming more MAGA? And what's up with her? And what do you think about Kim like basically saying, girl?
So apparently Nicki Minaj can't read, and this whole thing, she is ridiculous, and she's basically a traitor to the queer community, because if it wasn't for us, Mama, she would still be Nicole
Minucci
down in the Bronx somewhere, spitting raps on the corner, because this is her fan base. The people that I haven't been a fan. I've never been a fan of her for such a very, very long time. I think that she's trash. But her people that look like us, black and brown, gay people, have been her support base. Even a lot of white gays like her. So LGBTQ plus people have been there for her throughout this time, and she just basically slapped us all in the face by doing this move. And I, for one, hope that people wake up. I hope the Barbs are out there and they are learning about her true nature, because she's showing her true face. As far as Kim Petras goes, I wish you would have said Nicki's name, because it looks to me like she's a little bit afraid of the Barbs, and I feel like she needs to get up in there and get in Nicki's face and show Nicki that she is actually offending people that she has connections with, that have supported her, that are so many things. I think that I hope that once she realizes that, then she'll come to her senses. But who knows? I think that she just needs to get a reality check.
Absolutely. And lastly, we had to talk about Blake Mitchell's death remembering Lane Rogers. So Lane Rogers, better known to fans around the world as Blake Mitchells, was tragically passed away at age 31 following a motorcycle accident in Los Angeles. And it's really sad, but he was bisexual. He had a huge impact on the community, and it's being felt around the world. He was born in 1994 in Lexington, Kentucky. His early life was marked by both ambition and adventure. And after being outed as bisexual in a conservative environment, he faced challenges that shaped his resilience and determination to live life on his own terms. Lane began sharing his life online through social media. He grew a huge following, and he became an adult performer. But he was really going back to school, Cody, and kind of changing the trajectory of his life, and sadly died in this motorcycle accident. And it's being felt around the community that worked with him and that loved him in the adult content world, because he really had an impact on, he was just really a nice guy. And it's really sad. I just feel like we've been seeing a lot of, I mean, it's always sad when we lose somebody at such an early age, no matter what time of year. But it's particularly sad when we lose somebody at this time of year, and all we can think of is the family at this time of year and what they're going through. And our hearts and prayers go out to them.
Amen. And I personally know 2 other people that have passed in the past like week, which is ridiculous to me. And of course, including one of them, he was a gay fashion designer, Prema Patel. I don't know. I think you've heard of him before. We discussed it in our meeting. And my heart goes out to all of the families here. And, just rest in peace, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I can't help but share personally in 2012, my father was, he was 77, but he had been through hospital, but losing him at this particular time of year, we lost him on Christmas Eve. We always have a soft spot on Christmas Eve this time of year, but I couldn't imagine some of these young people that, we're reporting on. It's tragic. It's, once again, our hearts and prayers. If you have nothing else to give, you have a good thought. If you don't have to call it prayer, but put some good thoughts out to these people.
Yes.
And
that's what I tell people. I say, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you thoughts and good vibes, because, not everybody is into the prayers. So
absolutely. And we love sending love. We love giving advice on this show. You can always reach out to us. We will give our handles at the end of the show. It's the end of 2025, and this came from Reddit when they wrote, "His dick is too big." Girl, I'm dating a total top and his dick is 7 inches in circumference. He won't fit in my ass. I'm dilating to see if I can fit him with some effort. I asked him while I'm doing this, since we've been dating for 2 months, if he was comfortable being exclusive. And he said no, because he wants to ensure sexual compatibility first. It's not unreasonable, but
he knew.
Okay. But my feelings are moving faster than my body's physical ability to bottom for him. To me, exclusivity is just to build emotional safety so that I feel more comfortable dilating to fit him in me, which is a lot of emotional and physical energy. And the fact that I'm doing it literally only for him also feels like exclusivity is not an unrealistic ask. Other than sex, we're compatible with nearly everything else that's important, which is why I'm even doing this in the first place. But I want to hear what people think. What do you say to this?
Girl, get a ring, honey, before you do all this. Because, girl, this is a lot, honey. It seems like he wasn't even into things of this nature before, like, basically like fisting and, taking larger things up there. But I think that this is, you are not in Bizarro World thinking that you should probably get a little bit of a confirmation that you guys are going to be together just because, you're doing this for him. So I definitely understand. I get it. And I think that you you should continue because you never know
Oh.
what pleasure can come from this. So explore, but I'll also kind of try and lock it down, girl. I don't know.
Well,
What
we
do you
mentioned
think,
the
Steve?
pleasure principle earlier.
The
Janet
pleasure
Jackson, one of my
principle. That's right.
favorites. And I don't think you're there yet, but I think you're on your way to it. It's an oldie,
Yeah.
but a goodie, and it's not going away. The pleasure principle is there. Dr. Goldstein's a favorite on our show, and he says, play with those toys, dilate that ass, get it ready, make him a part of the program, make him know that you want him, but you're just too tight and, and you're not and make him like,
Oh, you do that way too well.
okay, girl, I was an actress in the former world, and make him like get into that, and that it's only you that's going to open me up and make me Jacob's having a field day over there as he pours me more wine. But yeah, do not let this one go. I think we're all in agreement on this one.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if you know what, he's had to deal with this his entire life. Hopefully he knows how to use that thing because we talked about checking in earlier. Check in. We need a wellness check on this one, okay?
I think we have time for one more. We love giving advice on this show. Do these signs just mean that these hookups aren't interested in me, Cody?
Yes.
That was the one you liked, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Would you mind reading or summarizing it?
So
Or do you want me okay, go.
Yeah, can you do it? I think you do it much faster.
So basically, today I planned 2 hookups. Both of these guys seemed very interested in me while we were talking on the app. The first guy insisted like crazy. He was already around my place. So I went to him. He was happy to see me. He told me he was very nervous because he was married. His talking and general mannerisms were a little bit anxious. So he had told me beforehand that he wanted to make me sit on his lap, kiss me, and then come on my face. Sounds good to me. When I asked him, can I blow you? He said no. He said he wanted to play with my dick and complimented me. And after that, he said, I think I should go. I'm too nervous. The second guy from a Reddit, which we're reading from, insisted that I come to his house. I told him I should first see his face. So I suggested on to Telegram, right? The problem was that we were living very close to each other and we were afraid of him being recognized. After messaging hundreds of times, I said enough is enough, and I told him I would come to a street so he could see my face. I went to a street and he walked up from the beginning to the end, and it was like a mannequin. He told me, yes, I don't know you, but I'm still afraid. I waited a little longer and then told me I could leave. Basically, the same thing happened where the guy freaked out because he couldn't handle it. And I couldn't help but read this, Cody, from a Redditor response. I mean, you're hooking up with closeted married guys. Not surprising they're acting weird and anxious. Is that not what we're dealing with?
It's what it is. It is what it is. They called it out. Like, you can't do anything about that. You need to choose a better pool, sir, if you want them to not be weird, because these men are scared that they're going to get recognized and that their whole lives are going to come crashing down. So they're going to act a little strange. So, yeah.
And I would leave you with my favorite film. Okay, one of my favorite films of all time, but it happens to be one of my favorite holiday films of all time, called The Holiday, with Cameron Diaz, with Kate Winslet, with Jude Law, with Jack Black. It is, I think, one of my favorite films of all time.
Really?
Diego and I just watched. It's Nancy Meyers. And when Nancy Meyers gets it right, everything is in place. It's a perfect film. And Nancy Meyers always gets it right. This film is one of the iconic films of all time. And what Kate Winslet says is, that's right. You should always be the star of your own life, right? You should always be the main character of your own life. And with that, that's my advice to you as well, is be the main character of your own life and treat it that way. And that's how you should go through a lot of these crazy ass, should I stay after all of these, whatever, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You
Don't
should
be
always
the
be
side
the
chick.
main character. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Love it. Do you have a favorite Christmas?
it.
Mine's The Holiday. What do you have a favorite Christmas movie? There's some really good ones right now on
There's
Netflix.
some
We've been
really
watching all
good
of them.
ones.
We watched
Probably,
Family Stone.
I really like A Christmas Story. It's just so nostalgic and it's so good. And then I like Best Man Holiday. There's so many good ones out there.
Let us know what you think.
Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday. If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.
Hi friends, we are Dads and Daddies, a podcast about the lives and times of adult gay men in the here and now. I'm Brian Rubin Sowers, a married dad of 2.
And I am Judson Morrow, a resident daddy. Join us for frank conversations and personal stories of sex, love, relationships, parenthood, daddyhood, addiction, and so much more.
Find us on Instagram at Dads and Daddies Pod and listen to new episodes every Tuesday on all major platforms.